I've always loved video game music for its unique place in media. You can't just make random background music like you can in movies. I'm sure the soundtrack to Iron Man is good, but like you're not going to listen to it in a car ride or anything. And that's fine. It just has to be good music to have in the background while you can focus on the characters and the plot. But that doesn't really work in video games. It has to fit the location, it has to be memorable, and good. And not all games can handle that. But the games that can have stood the test of time and continue to be memorable and loved, even if the game it's from isn't that good. Speaking of isn't that good, the Paper Mario franchise. I've already kinda gone into the series in the past, but today I want to focus on the music, more specifically how incredible and underrated the soundtrack from Super Paper Mario is. That's right, the game that uses the word super in its title unironically has not only the best Paper Mario soundtrack, but one of the greatest soundtracks of any video game. Now you might say that's a matter of opinion, and that's where you'd be wrong, baby. My opinion is the only right one. I think now is a good time to mention I don't know a lot about music. I was in band class from 4th to 11th grade. Don't worry, I've already repented for that, so I'm all good. And that taught me a little musical knowledge, but I don't know that much. I'm just talking about why I like the music and think it slaps. With that being said, I don't know, clever transition. Paper Mario soundtracks are usually hit or miss for me. I really like Paper Mario 64's soundtrack. The instruments and sounds are nice, the composition is upbeat, but there's nothing really to sink your teeth into. It's just good music. The Thousand Year Door, I feel the gun against my head already. Honestly, I don't like the soundtrack too much. Don't get me wrong, it's still great with songs I like. Family Reunion, Bowser's theme, Cortex. Actually, no, I love Cortex's theme. I can't even lie. But most of the soundtrack I don't really care for. It's just kind of okay. Not bad, it's just not for me. Sticker Star's soundtrack is incredible. I love the jazz focus, but that's all it has. It's all jazz. Everything is jazz. You're jazz. I'm jazz. And that's fine, I just need some variety. Color Splash is in a similar boat. Great music. I love the new Schnifter Whiff theme and the final boss theme. But there's this really dumb instrument that ruins it. And that instrument plays throughout the entire soundtrack, so it kind of ruins a lot of good songs. Origami King is good. I love Picnic Road, Overlook Mountain, just the first area is really good. The boss themes, Origami Castle, but like it has great amazing songs, but the rest are just kind of okay. Like we need a balance of amazing and forgettable. Also, none of it really feels unique to Mario, like it could be in any other game and it would work. And that brings us back to Super. Say what you will about the gameplay, it sucks, but this game holds 115 packs of heat. Not only is it good, but it always fits the story and setting. They get really experimental with some songs, but okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. And I'm not the only one. There's 5 songs before the title screen, and it already accomplishes a decent amount. The first song in the game, Today's Story, introduces the main theme, while also feeling like an ancient story is about to be told. Quickly after, we are introduced to our main villain, Count Bleck, who I want to talk about as a character, but that's not what this video is about, so yeah. Paper Mario has had character themes in the past, but none of them really stuck out to me. The Shadow Sovereigns were okay, Grotus was non-existent, kinda like his character. And any character other than Bowser just kinda had a forgettable one. Okay, King Ollie's was alright, but that's it. Well, that trend is broken immediately with one of the most iconic villain themes in Mario's history. This guy has 15 songs total. 15 out of 115. That's 7% of the soundtrack. Count Bleck's theme appears in Birth of the Chaos Heart, Champion of Destruction, The Evil Count Bleck, Count Bleck's Clan, In the Darkness, World 8 Intro, Castle Bleck, The Evil Count Bleck version 2, Electric Boogaloo, Closing Battle, All the Memories, Promise, and Bounding Through Time. How many times did I say the word Bleck there? His theme always gave off the feeling of something you couldn't defeat or even understand, like this thing was always somehow above you, but it had a little touch of tragedy in its notes. I think best shown in Champion of Destruction. The evil Count Bleck is the most iconic. There's nothing here, it's just an evil maniac with a monocle, and he relishes in that fact. Count Bleck's plan is that same evil maniac with a monocle, but now it's in a chill cafe as he's calmly explaining his plans to defenestrate you. I always love this part in closing battle where his theme slowly plays in the background before building up and taking over the whole song in a chaotic mess. You have no idea the misery I feel when I make a half an hour long video talking about how good the soundtrack is for this game, and then the title screen opens with a boing sound. Thanks, my point's now invalid. Flipside's theme always felt like a home away from home. It's not slow, it doesn't force you to get attached to its calming melody like other hub worlds. It's just steady and relaxed. The song starts instantly, giving the feeling that you've lived here a long time and are now just enjoying the double-decker dimension. And then, which is a stupid name, always got me excited to start the next adventure. The Old Ruins. I always liked Fractal's theme more than his boss theme. It imposes such a big presence, you don't even need to see this thing to feel smaller than it. Soft Light. I don't like that much. It's fine, but there are better songs that accomplish the same feeling as Soft Light. Do I need to say anything about Gloam Valley? I don't even need to say anything, do I? Yeah, not really. I do need to say something about all of Chapter 3's music though. The open plain is so upbeat, and the small inclusions of Mario 1's theme fit so beautifully here. God damn tile pool! I don't know why I like this song so much. It just feels so powerful while also feeling childlike and friendly. A weird combination for a squid battle. Where do I begin with Francis? I can't believe this character exists in a Mario game. A lizard weeb that collects a bunch of Mario plushes, has a thing for butterflies, and also owns a giant castle full of robot cats for no reason. Why do you have this? Anyways, Fort Francis is okay. This game sometimes has melodies that jump around a lot without much of a consistent theme. What the hell is going on? I could usually ignore it, sometimes really enjoy it, but it kinda goes overboard here. How am I supposed to hum along to this? It feels like a stroke in musical form. I mean, it fits, I guess. If anyone's gonna have a stroke in the Mario universe, it'll be this guy. His battle theme is cool. Really weird, but cool. If there's any area in a Mario game that sucks gameplay-wise but is amazing music-wise, it's the Gap of Crag. Oh, I get it, like Cro-Magnon, like one of the evolutionary steps of the humans. Oh, those clever guys at Nintendo. Floro Sapiens Caverns is criminally underrated. I don't even know how to describe it, but it feels like an ancient palace rediscovered and full of guarded treasure. It's anyone's guess as to why Flint Cragley gets his own theme. Well, it's actually because Flint Cragley is the best character in Mario, and in all the video games, of course. I am the #1 Flint Cragley stan. Stick around after the video, and you will receive a goodie bag full of Flint Cragley memorabilia. King Crocus's battle theme is one of the sleeper hits. This song swings around so often, it should be a chaotic mess, but that slow tempo keeps it in check. It also feels like it doesn't end. Just when you think you've reached the climax of the song and it'll start dying down, it just keeps on going in the best way possible. If you want an example of a song that perfectly fits its location, look no further than Chapter 6. Well, okay, you do have to look a little far. That's like in the last half of the game. You do have to look kind of far. That might be on me. Taking place in the world of Sammer Kingdom, the song that takes its name fits beautifully. Feels like I'm becoming a samurai. But, spoilers for the game, I guess. The world gets erased. Quick refresher on the plot side of this game. Count Bleck is trying to erase all worlds using this void that's behind you the whole game. But it's a Mario game. Obviously we'll stop it before it takes any... Oh. The world is gone. Erased. We escaped by the skin of our teeth thanks to the best fucking character in Mario. But everyone else is gone. And now you're telling me to go back? Going back into Sammer Kingdom after it's erased is one of the best moments in any Mario game. I think the choice to not have music here was genius. No music, representing the lost society. What's that? There is a song here? Well, pass the aux cord.
Hey, you guys mind if I put in my mixtape?
What can I say about World of Nothing that it already doesn't say about itself? This game has some scary music in it, like the River Twig's Bed, but World of Nothing is another beast entirely. It's absolutely horrifying. It perfectly encapsulates the feeling of an empty world, small remnants of what used to be littering the new ground, and the terrible implications of being erased. What? You thought just because I mentioned River Twig's Bed? You thought just because I mentioned River Twig's Bed means I wasn't going to talk about it? Not only are you in hell in a Mario game, the music feels oppressive and hopeless. It would have easily been a memorable location with that alone, but River Twig's Bed? I mean, what is this? I can officially say that this game is now scarier than Five Nights at Freddy's. I know, in absolute shock. I can't even believe it myself. Thankfully, you get out of hell into heaven, and the music is okay here. It's nice. I like humming along to it, but it's just okay. Over their shrine is... I know I keep saying this, but this is a Mario game. It's so beautiful. The bells, chimes, and voices feel like they echo forever. It feels like a journey finally coming to a close. Why doesn't it play in the main adventure? It only plays if you choose to come back. The first time around, we get Bone Chill, everyone's favorite wasted potential character. Despite his song being objectively terrible, I can't help but like its chaotic nature. I actually didn't know this until a couple months ago, but Castle Black, which is the final area in the game, includes the game's main theme in its melody. My mind was blown when I figured that out. I have absolutely no idea why, but the death and game over theme terrified me as a kid. Like, kept me awake at night terrified. I don't know why, it's so goofy, and there's a bunch of overdramatic sound effects, but it scared me so much that even now I wince when I listen to it. Ugh. Ugh. Also shout out to Unknown BGM, which slaps for absolutely no reason. Okay, one more thing I need to talk about before I move on. This has been living in my head rent-free for years. It's not related to the music at all, but I need to talk about it. I, as a kid, beat the Pit of 100 Trials, which if you didn't know is like this difficult dungeon with 100 levels of enemies and a boss at the end. I did that, and your reward is Dashel, a pixel that lets you run extremely fast. I had so much fun with this pixel. I ran everywhere, I used it constantly, I took it out for dinner, man, I had the greatest time. But when I closed the game, I forgot to save. I lost my love, and finally I could sympathize with Count Bleck. Now, I too have lost a loved one. That's it, I just needed to tell someone that. So that's how the songs beautifully mesh with the game's locations and some characters, while also absolutely slapping, but there's still more to cover. Wow. Jesus, that was a bad one. We talked Count Bleck, but there's still other characters that have memorable themes, also known as all of them. To the uninitiated, Super Paper Mario's villains not only carry this game on their backs, but have incredible themes. Except Nastasia, she doesn't get one, I don't know why. I love O-Chunk's theme and his battle theme almost equally. His theme feels like a band of pirates cheering on their captain. I know he's not a pirate, but it just sounds like that, okay? The beat goes so hard for just being 5 notes. His battle theme is great too, of course. There's not much to say about it, it just slaps. Mimi's theme is a bit more complicated than just a theme and a battle theme. It plays all throughout Chapter 2 with Merle's Mansion, a song that sounds like a never-ending spiral. You keep going deeper in this mansion, and you start to worry you'll never find a way out. Her theme expanding on that, sounding like a kid laughing at you for falling for their trick, but given a more sinister tone. Mimi actually has 2 battle themes, one in kid form and one in spider form. The spider one in Chapter 2 sounds so intense, like every beat is banging against your head like a mallet. Also, the song just stops abruptly on the OST. Thanks, video game soundtracks, appreciate it, buddy. The second one in Chapter 6 feels like an evolution of the first one, sounding even more heavy on each beat, with robotic beeps in the background building the tension. And Mr. L, my boy! Not only is his fight the best in the game by far, he also has one of the best themes. Everything flows so perfectly. This is how you do jazz, Sticker Star. If it is jazz, I don't know. Guess who also has 2 battle themes where the second one takes place in Chapter 6? The biggest mood shift from World of Nothing to Robot L-Type, which is an amazing name, by the way. I have a hard time choosing between this one and the other one, but it might be this just for how unique it sounds. Like, what other Mario song comes close to sounding like this? I'm genuinely asking, I want to know. Also, is it weird that Tippy doesn't get her own theme, considering she's one half of the tragic story? But I guess Count Bleck carries that aspect with 15 songs, so, whatever. But you know why I'm here. Dimentio, my genuine favorite video game character of all time, and that's not even considering his banger of a theme song. He gets 3, technically 4, and he makes use of that small amount. Dimentio Charming Magician immediately gives off a feeling that this guy is way more than how he presents himself. I do wish it was a bit longer, but it does introduce my favorite motif from this game. It's Showtime is an amazing battle theme. It builds on the chaotic nature of his character while still being focused. This is the first genuine threat you've had this adventure, and the music knows it. And the part where the time signature changes? And finally, we get the full reveal of his motif, and it's beautiful. We got a snippet of it in Charming Magician, but now it's presented in full. This theme is so powerful and booming. I can't listen to it without imagining Dimentio marching along to the beat. I could listen to it all day, but it gets even better in spoilers for the game. We good? Like this is endgame spoilers here. Cool? The Ultimate Show, which used to be my favorite video game song of all time for a while. Like years. This song is perfect. The whole game Dimentio has been the little side guy hanging around, but now the spotlight's on him. The jester has full control and the world bends to his will. The music box opening is so entrancing, it feels like the song is holding itself off. You can hear what sounds like creaking noises, as if the song is literally being held back before collapsing all at once into a deadly opening. The music box evolves into bells that echo a more sinister melody, with the drums banging in the background. All leading to this. The jester's melody finally takes its true form. No more hiding or acting, just full-on controlled chaos. The song takes a second to catch its own breath before this part, which feels like the world tearing itself apart. Followed by this part, which feels extremely oppressive and commanding, as if Dimentio is now giving orders. Finally ending with that familiar music box before looping back to the start. Maybe I'm overanalyzing this song, but it is incredible. All the build up, the instruments, the melodies, everything make this the best final boss theme in any Mario game. Even though the fight itself sucks. What was with Wii Mario games and really easy final bosses with epic music you don't get to listen to? If I had a nickel every time there was an easy final boss with an epic theme in a Wii Mario game, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what my favorite video game song is now, it's also from the soundtrack. That's right, you thought I was gonna say it, but you didn't expect it to also be a Super Paper Mario song. Get baited, oh my god! So, what is it? My favorite song in all of video games. Well, it's actually a bunch of songs that combine into one. I'm gonna play the whole thing right now. If you don't want to listen to it, you can skip to it using this time. Wow, look at that floating number. Ooh, no way. But if you haven't listened to this song before, I strongly suggest you listen to it now. And if you have, I doubt you'll need much convincing. I am speechless. I don't even know what to say. If we ignore its place in the story, it's still absolutely beautiful. The start of the song with the beginnings of a music box, along with the sounds of a ticking clock throughout the song, fill it with the feeling of something aging on its last legs. The song slowly building up over time with the addition of a simple two-note repetition that adds some flair to the previously empty feeling theme. Followed with the looming echo, adding a feeling of weightlessness to it before adding a melody. A simple melody that sounds like it's being played backwards, all while the simple theme stays intact at the forefront of the song. Finally building up to the climax, and the point where it all finally pays off gets me every time. Then playing a more triumphant version of the melody played before, with all the instruments added. Followed by a beautiful rendition of Count Bleck's theme. All culminating in my favorite part of my favorite video game song of all time. A more relaxed version of Count Bleck's theme, with a descending organ in the background, building up to the finale. Ending the song with a playing of the game's main theme, before slowing down back to the same simple tune. I probably just sounded like the most pretentious dickhead ever, but I don't care. This song is beautiful. I didn't really need to say anything about it. It's perfect. The game keeps going with songs like Promise and Proof of Existence, which alone are incredible pieces of music, followed with a great credits theme. I really do love the credits theme, but it kinda gets overshadowed by everything before it. I realize this game is not for everyone. The gameplay is garbage, a lot of the characters outside of the villains are forgettable, and the story doesn't sit well with some people. And that's fine. This game's soundtrack isn't perfect either. Like I said, some melodies feel aimless and underdeveloped, and I do wish the instruments were higher quality at some points, but the game accomplishes what it was going for so perfectly that I don't even care. It could be nostalgia, in fact it probably is nostalgia, but even now I look back on nostalgic games I played and can find faults. I grew up with Mario Party 9, you can invalidate my opinion now if you want, but this game's soundtrack, for me, is beautiful, and that fact will never change. Hey, wait a minute! So Tippy doesn't get her own theme. Stupid, but whatever. But like, why doesn't any other character get a theme? Merlin, he's like a main character, he doesn't get anything. Squirms, he's pretty important through chapter 4, and he gets nothing. Lovey's like a super important character throughout the 7th chapter and the whole story. She doesn't get anything. But Flint Cragley gets his own theme? You know it's bad when even the #1 Flint Cragley stan thinks that's bad. And no wonder this series went to shit. Hey, it's your second favorite orange guy here. I want to say Happy New Year. I know that was a while ago, but what else is new? I know this video is kind of different, but I played this game recently and I wanted to talk about it, so here you go. Here's a daily reminder, I have a big project on the way. It's just gonna take a while, maybe a month? I don't want to give myself a date. A month or two maybe. See ya.